Sometime middle of this month, I was about to enter my car after service. I was about to go home and somebody intercepted me and said, "I have to thank you very much." And I said, "What for?" He said, "December last year, you gave us an instruction. You said everyone that has contributed to your success in career or in any sphere of your life, make sure you buy them a gift. Write a note, pour out your heart and let them know I appreciate you." So just because you said it, I obeyed. Because a venture capitalist was trying to do something in Nigeria, gave me a contract, I did it and that was it. But I sent him that gift and sent him the note. Now months after, he wanted to start a Lagos office. Now guess who he called? That young guy. I said, "I want to put you in charge." Now, this young man moved from earning 300,000 monthly to 14 million monthly. Not because of prayer and fasting, but because of a hamper that he sends. Some of you, Christmas past, even Merry Christmas, you didn't send to some people. The hamper you didn't send might be hampering. Many things in your life will not come by labor, but by relationships. I can tell you stories of people who will say, "What? In all my years, I have never seen anybody who will take the initiative to do something like this." And they will mark you out for favor. And guess what? The dangerous thing is, because it's a soft skill, people won't tell you. It won't show up in your HR's reports. It's not part of your KPIs. It's possible that everyone in your work department sent a hamper to your boss except you, and you don't know. They won't tell you. And you're here praying for favor. This is the word of the Lord. As you leave this place, go and do the right thing. All right. I want to share briefly on preparing for 2026. So you can call that the theme. That's not what I'm going to title it. I'm just letting you know that that's the direction. I'm giving it a weird title. I'm going to call it Spiritual Soft Skills. I would explain. Spiritual Soft Skills, SSS. And what am I trying to imply by this? You see, career people have very likely heard the phrase soft skills before. And soft skills will refer to things that are not part of your core competence, not part of the reasons that you were employed, but somehow contribute to your overall success. Things that make you trustworthy and make you a good team member, and things like that. They might not be part of the real reasons you were employed, but they contribute to your overall success. And in the same vein, I believe that there are spiritual soft skills to the degree that when you talk about the key indices of spiritual devotion, the things that come to your mind are prayer, fasting, and all those things. But from my personal experience and study with the Word of God, there are things that people don't really talk about, but are very important. You see, one of the examples I've been giving for the past 2 years, and this is big on my spirit, and that's why if you've been following my teaching ministry, you've heard me talk around the points I'm going to be sharing with you. God promised Abraham a child, and he had waited close to 3 decades. And you would expect that as a reward for such faithfulness and tenacity and consistency, that when the child is finally ready to come, that angels will appear in the sky and God is going to tell Abraham, "Hey, it's time." But that's not what happened. God and 2 angels acted like they were passing Abraham's house, save for the fact that Abraham was a hospitable person and took initiative to honor the strangers. Not knowing that he was honoring the Lord himself, he would have missed an encounter. Listen to me. There are successes in your Christian journey that will not answer to how prayerful you are and how much fasting that you know and how many Greek words that you know. It will answer to spiritual soft skills like being nice. Did you hear what I just said? That's a very spiritual hack right there, to the degree that in the New Testament you can be told, don't forget to be nice to strangers, because people in so doing have entertained and encountered angels. And this is a spiritual principle, but also a practical principle. You see, before I move on, let me quickly share a testimony. Sometime middle of this month, I was about to enter my car after service. I was about to go home, and somebody intercepted me and said, "I have to thank you very much." And I said, "What for?" He said, December last year, you gave us an instruction. You said, everyone that has contributed to your success in career or in any sphere of your life, make sure you buy them a gift, send them a hamper, write a note, pour out your heart, and let them know, I appreciate you. He said, so I obeyed. Just because you said it, I obeyed. Because somebody, a venture capitalist, was trying to do something in Nigeria, gave me a contract, I did it, and that was it. But I sent him that gift and sent him the notes. Now, months after, he wanted to start a Lagos office. Now, guess who he called? That young guy. I said, I want to put you in charge. Now, this young man moved from earning 300,000 monthly to 14 million monthly. Not because of prayer and fasting, but because of a hamper that he sends. Are you Jesus Christ? Because some of you, Christmas passed, even Merry Christmas, you didn't send to some people. The hamper you didn't send might be hampering. If you're the high pipe, well. Listen, I'm jokingly serious. These are serious issues. This is spiritual soft skills. Because I know you found many people who know how to pray but are not nice. They are in church. And you embrace them because it's incumbent on you as a Christian. But you know that this person is badly behaved. Tongue-speaking, badly behaved person. Tell the person by side, say spiritual soft skills. You see, someone came to me, someone I really, really care about years ago, and said, sir, you know my story. I did well in school. This is somebody who 9 out of 10 times in school had A's. First few years, never had a single B. So I think first 2 years, they're about 5-point CGP and all of that now. So, got a job somewhere, and something was happening. All the colleagues are promoted. She's not promoted. And now she's convinced that the devil is playing games with her, playing games with her career, and comes to me and says, please, I want you to pray for me. As I was about to pray, the Lord said, ask her questions. Ask her, what is her experience like in the office? So I asked her that. And she said, oh, that office full of eye service. Because every time we resume, all my colleagues will go to the senior colleague, the boss woman, and say, good morning, ma'am. But I mean, I just sit on my desk and I do a good job. I don't like eye service. I said, you don't need prayer. I give you a counsel from heaven. When you resume on Monday, go and greet her. Good morning, ma'am. On Tuesday, go and greet her. On Wednesday, go and greet her. I said, do that for 4 months. If nothing changes, then come, I will pray for you. And in a space of months, if I remember correctly, she was promoted twice. See, let me tell you something. And that's part of the disadvantage of schooling. Because school has lied to you that life is just garbage in, garbage out. That if you only work hard, that everything is going to be nice. You don't need anybody. Just work hard. Spiritual, soft skills. If you don't learn these things, you will make God look like a liar because you are praying, you're fasting, you're exerting yourself, and it looks like nothing is changing. Because maybe what happened to Abraham has happened to many of us many times, but when the angels came, we missed that Kairos season, and so they said, well, next year. And they came the next year, and you still didn't know better, so they said, well, next year. I'm letting you know that there are some things that are allotted to you in your destiny, things that you prayed for, but will be received by good character. Hard skills may open the door. Soft skills will keep you in the room. And so the first one I want to mention, and I want to try to rush as quickly as possible. And from the flow of thought, you should already anticipate what the first one will be. It is honor. Did you hear what I said? Please, what did I say it is? And I'm calling it a soft skill because it's surprising. Many people don't know this. They don't know it. And it's costing people a lot. And they don't even know. And unfortunately, our charismatic Pentecostal experience has made us attribute everything to spiritual attacks. So we don't even see what is happening. You know, I was talking to a very wealthy man who told me about a pastor he sent 100 million to, and the person responded with text, thanks. $100 million, thanks. And of course, from the way the person was talking to me, that was going to be the last time ever. Now, the pastor will be wondering, what happened? Any enemy that shut the door of favor, what are you waiting for? You know, you get what I'm saying? Listen to me. If there was anywhere you were receiving favor and it stopped suddenly, go and investigate. There might have been something that you did or did not do that closed that door. And many people don't even know it. I told a story in the first service. My wife was the one who told me this. Senior pastor friends told us how that the Lord led them to help one young girl and pay for her fees, paid her way through school in the US. I mentioned the country so that you will make a quick mental note of how expensive it must have cost. Sponsored her through school in the US. Never wanted anything in return, but one day, it so happened that they had a preaching engagement or something that required they would travel, and now they have kids. Who is going to watch the kids? Just one day. How many days? And they reach out to the person, can you please help us watch the kids? And I say, of course, and sends them a rate card that she's going to charge for babysitting. True life story. True life story. My wife is here. When you sit people down, let me see, pastors here, let me advise you. Before you waste time praying for people, sit them down, ask them, you'll be surprised that they are the witch in their own life. Some people are the ones doing themselves. Study the Bible carefully. There is nobody that God did business with that was not a relationship expert. Think about it. And because what I'm talking about are soft skills, these are not the things that will immediately jump at you when you're reading their story. But now that I mentioned it, think through, like all these people like David, even when I'm reading the story of David, I hiss like, bro, you are too loyal. Making excuses for Saul, defending him, crying when he died. Bro, what is wrong with you? What's all this? It seemed like too much Christianese for me. But maybe that's one of the reasons he was a man after God's own heart. Are you getting what I'm saying? They were men of loyalty. Think about Joseph. His brothers were convinced that his father was showing favoritism until the same Joseph goes to Potiphar's house and is favored. Goes to prison and is favored. Goes to the palace and is favored. Alas, it was something that Joseph had learned. Jesus. That even if God has said in your destiny that your brothers will bow to you, all the prophecies on Joseph's life were dependent on his ability to look at sad people in prison and walk up to them and say, why are you sad? I hope you know that that's what... Are you getting what... If